Hey everybody, welcome back. Welcome to my channel. I'm Rebecca and I'm super excited to have y'all back with me today on this Saturday afternoon. I've finally had a little bit of a break from the unboxings to get to this video, and I'm so excited to share this with you. So this video is going to be about my weight loss journey and about what I'm doing and what I do on a daily basis and all of that kind of information. But before we get started, I would love for y'all to subscribe to my channel and ring the bell so you can get notifications of more videos coming up, and also be sure to like the video. So what we're going to do today is talk about my program and what I'm doing. So what I've been on for the past several weeks has been, it's called Optavia. And that's the way I pronounce it. Now, I think it's pronounced differently throughout the country. I think it really depends on what part of the country you're from. I'm in the South, and I say Optavia. Some say Optavia, tomato, whatever. It is what it is. It is a program that is going to help you find better health. It's great for getting more into like better health habits, and helps you understand nutrition better and gets you on your way to weight loss if that's what you're looking for. There are different programs with Optavia depending on where you are in your journey. If you have reached your goal, then there is the transition stage of Optavia. Different programs for different people depending on what you're looking for. Most on the program are looking for weight loss. So we are on what is called the 5-in-1. And what that means is you have 5 mini meals a day plus 1 meal on your own. So the mini meals are prepackaged fuelings, as they call them, from Optavia. So when I refer to a fueling, you'll know what that is. It's a mini meal. And then you have the one, what they call a lean and green, and that is the meal on your own. So with the fuelings, they come in a large variety of different things. You have you have soups, there's shakes, there's bars, there's sweets, there's savory. I mean, it depends on what you like. And I'll go over, I brought some of those in here so I can show them to you, but I'll go over some of that with you as well, just so you can see some things. I'm not doing an unboxing today because I don't have one to unbox, but I will, my next box that's coming, I think it's going to be, my order's going in next week. It's a small order, but I will still unbox that for you so you can see kind of some of the things you get, but it won't be like if you start the program. So, just kind of get an idea of how that goes. So let me just kind of give you a little bit of history. I actually started this program back last summer. It was probably the end of the summer that I started, and because I needed to feel better and I needed to lose weight. And so I got on the program, I started it. It was going phenomenal, like no hiccups whatsoever. With any program, it's going to be a little tough changing some habits because we're so used to just doing what we normally do. But it was, a few days that was a little harder in the beginning. I got over that hump really easy and was able to just slide right into this program and do great. Now, unfortunately, it wasn't the best time for me to start something like that. I had some family with health issues and that I was having to help with their care. And when I got into the program and got started a few weeks, and like I said, things were going great, then they needed more of my time and more of my care. So I kind of fell by the wayside. I tried to keep it up for a little bit and I could see quickly this is not going to work. I just cannot see after them and take care of myself like I should with this program at the same time. It doesn't take a lot of time, this program, but when you are caught in the middle of caring for for elderly. Not only time consuming, it is mentally draining as well. So it just wasn't my time, and I recognized that pretty quickly. So I just kind of stopped. I just put it on hold. Unfortunately, I went back to what I was doing before, which was not taking care of myself at all. I live an hour from where they lived, and so I was back and forth. There just wasn't a lot of time. And as far as meals prepping and all that, that was not even an option for me. I just picked up what I could on the way, and there's not anything good between here and there. I'm thinking of Taco Bell, Wendy's, McDonald's, Sonic. You get the picture. So there's just not a lot of healthy options, and like I said, I was just really running on fumes and not able, doing my best to help take care of them, not taking care of myself at all. So fast forward, they have passed. My family members have passed, and so now I'm able to take care of myself a little bit better. I took some time just to kind of get myself together, and then I knew as soon as I could take the time for myself that I was going to do that. And so that's exactly what I've done. I started back on the program, and this is kind of what I've done since then, is just trying to stay on the program and keep things moving in the right direction. So I didn't start the channel when I started the program again, because I just wanted to make sure that I could get on it, stay on it, and be able to offer something to all of you. So I feel good about where I am. I'm doing other things with this channel as well, I'm going to be talking about vitamins. I'm working on documenting this journey of mine through this channel, as well as, getting ready for photo shoots every 6 weeks. It's just kind of, it's just a good thing for me. I think you kind of need that motivation, and I want to see myself change. So that's the reason for really all of this. I hope that some of this will help you as well. So if you're looking for a program, this may be just exactly what you need. If not, you might could recommend this to a friend if you think it sounds like something that they might be interested in, or you might just kind of have this in your hip pocket and think about it at a different time. With this 5-in-1, you want to make sure, this is so important, you want to make sure that you are eating every 2.5 to 3 hours. And there is actually an app that you can put on your phone. It's called the Eat Wise app. And every morning you just go in, you put in the time for when you're going to start your first meal, and then it will calculate I've got mine set for 2.5, because at 2.5 I'm hungry and I'm ready to eat again. So it will calculate that for you. It will give you a 10-minute reminder before it's time to eat, and then it will remind you again when it's time to eat. If you go over that time, it will remind you, hey, do you want to, click this meal off, or, basically what are you doing? It'll do it a couple more times. It's not there to bug you, it's just there to remind you. And so I use that every day. It's so helpful. And also, if you're getting a little hungry and you're like, well, how long is it before I eat again? Then you can just pull up the app and it will tell you what time that it's set for you to eat next fueling. So that's been very, very helpful for me. So with Optavia, when you sign up to do this program, you sign up under a coach. So that is someone that will help you navigate this journey. I can tell you, with my coach, I messaged her. I found her on, I think I found her on Instagram. But I really liked her personality, and I felt like I could connect with her. And I think that's what you need to do. You need to, watch some YouTube videos and see if you can find somebody that you can connect with. I can definitely hook you up with my coach if this sounds like something that you'd like to do. But I connected with her, and we set up a time for a phone call. I talked to her for about an hour. Now, you don't have to talk that long. We just kind of went over everything. I just wanted her to understand kind of where I had been and what I was doing and, you know, all of my struggles. And she understood. She had totally kind of been down my road. So it was nice to just be able to talk to her and get, you know, a little bit better perspective on it and just kind of get everything set up. So you have this coach that, like I said, will help you navigate this journey. They answer questions for you. I can message her at any time, and she's very quick with a response. If I need a phone call, we'll hop on the phone. That's fine too. She checks on me every week. She does not bug me. She does not pull me along, and you know, nobody wants that. You need to be responsible enough to do the program on your own. You know, definitely shouldn't be pulled along. If that's the case, then this probably isn't for you. You need to be accountable to yourself, but also you have someone else to be accountable to as well, and that's your coach. So she's there to answer all my questions and give me motivation. And if there's any problems along the way, then she's there to help me and figure that out. So it's great to have a coach. Now, let me just be very, very clear. I am not a coach. I have no plans to be a coach in the near future. At some point, I mean, I've learned to never say never. So at some point, that may happen for me, but I feel like I would not want to take that on until I feel like I have something to offer somebody else. I'm just a client. I'm just talking about it. So I'm not getting any compensation for this. I am not getting any credits or any money or nothing whatsoever. This is just me sharing my journey with you. Like I said, if you're interested in getting started, I will be glad to hook you up with my coach. I feel like she's very understanding and would possibly be a good fit. So when you start the program, it's best to order, you know, let your coach order for you. They will talk to you about things that you like, things you don't like, so they can help you pick out some fuelings to get you started. Now, you may find some things that you absolutely love, and you may find some things that you don't care for so much. But I would put the ones that you don't care for so much, just, you know, try them. If you don't like them now, just wait a little bit, because a lot of times your taste will change as you change, as you know, your habits change and you begin to lose weight. It's funny how your taste will change too. So some things that maybe I didn't care for before, I really like now. I've learned to do something a little different with them, and even just one little tweak sometimes can make a huge difference, and especially if you start trying to kind of manipulate the fueling and figure out different ways to make it. So that's a lot of fun. It's almost been like a mad scientist with your meals. So it can be a lot of fun and kind of interesting too. So you're going to start out with, I think it's 21 boxes for your first month. And like I said, your coach will help you figure out which ones are best to start with for you. Now, with this program, since there is a calorie deficit, so you're not eating as many calories as you would normally be eating. So they really do suggest no exercise with this program. However, if you've been exercising and you're like, I just don't want to give that up, it's okay. You have a coach that can help you figure out what you might need to add to your 5-in-1 on the days that you're going to be exercising, or if you exercise every day, so you can have enough calories to sustain your activity, but yet still lose weight. And that's one thing I liked about my coach, is because she does exercise. She does ride bikes and she runs and she does different things. She's also, you know, still losing weight. Another thing about her that really made me gravitate towards her is that she has been on this program for a while, but she has also lost 100 pounds. And I was like, well, she obviously knows what she's doing if she's lost 100 pounds in less than a year. So, you know, I thought that was phenomenal. So I was like, yeah, I think I probably need to talk to her. But if you're not exercising, and they do suggest just kind of holding off on that for 2 or 3 weeks. If you then decide you want to start exercising, you can. They suggest just something real light, like a walk, maybe a 20-minute walk or something. Or you don't want to overdo it because you're not taking in the calories that you would normally be taking in. But with the lean and green, I think I mentioned before, you have 1 protein, and then you have three vegetable servings, and that becomes your lean and green. Now that is typically going to be like your evening meal, maybe your dinner, but for some people it may be lunch. If I have something planned for the evening and I know that I'm not going to make it home in time to eat my lean and green, a lot of times I'll have it for lunch, and then I'll just have a fueling for my lean and green. If you're on the go, this is perfect because there are so many things that you can take with you on the go. You don't have to cook. You don't have to do anything with it. Really, you can grab a bar, you can grab a bag of crunchies, and that is your fueling for that particular time of the day. Now let's talk about price, because that's important. So the price of the program for a month averages around $400. And yeah, it is expensive, but most programs that offer convenience are going to be expensive. So what I suggest for you to do, if that is like, oh gosh, that just sounds like a lot, is think about what you're spending now on your groceries, on eating out. I mean, really sit down and calculate that, because more than likely you're spending more by eating stuff that's not good for you. Just to let y'all know, I mean, if you've never done a program like this before, eating real food, it fills you up so much more, and it's more satisfying. It is just so much better than just eating junk. The price, like I said, is around $400 a month. Now, when you do your first box, I do suggest doing the 1 month. Now, after that, if you need to split it up, then I would say every couple weeks, order a couple weeks worth of food. You just want to stay on top of that. That's the only thing. You don't want to run out of fuelings, because then you're in trouble. A lot of times I'll order extra just to make sure that, especially if there's one thing in particular that I really like, I don't want to run out of it. So I want to make sure that I have everything that I need to stay on the program and to keep it going as well as I can. There's no subscription with this. They do have it on like an auto ship, but you can go in there and change that if you want to. That way you can edit like what they're sending you. So if you've got something in your first box and you're like, I don't like that, I don't want that again, then you can change it. And it's so easy to do. You just go right in there, edit it, save it, and then you can even push out your dates if you need to do that for whatever reason. Or you can just cancel and then restart it again when you need to order again. It's best if you can keep it on that auto and just push it out, because they do give you some credits. They do give you, I think it's 10% of your order that they will give you in credit towards your next order, and they'll just automatically take that off. So it gives you a little bit of money off your next order. So what I've learned about this program is not to overthink. I try not to think of the big picture, okay, like the big lifestyle change. I try to think of it in little parts, little pieces and parts, little goals. So I'm not so overwhelmed with this, oh my gosh, I still have X amount of pounds to lose, because I still have a lot to lose. However, with the time that I've been on it the second time, I've lost a little over 20 pounds. That's in about, I think it's 9 weeks, in about 9 weeks. So, not super fast, but it's been very consistent with loss. And so I am happy with that. Loss is a loss. I'm just doing the best I can. You want to make sure that you are drinking at least 64 ounces of water a day. So that's super important. And if you can get it, rule of thumb is whatever your weight is, half of that in ounces of water is a really good number to stick with if you can do it. But at minimum 64 ounces of water a day, and that's not very hard to do if you think about it. When you get your order in, your first order, you will get the Optavia guide, and there's lots of good information in here about how to get started and steps to take and getting everything ready in your home and getting all your fuelings in. There's also, I have a book that I have made, and I'm visual, and so I kind of like to be able to see my progression on paper. So I found this. I don't know how well you can see it. It's kind of a glare, but they're little heart candies. I know that's kind of crazy to use candy, but it's candies in a jar. And so as I lose pounds, I color in my little candies. And so I'm going to make my way up the jar. Now this is for a 100-pound weight loss. I don't have 100 pounds to lose, but I have a good bit. And so I am just coloring in those little candies. So that's first in my book here. I put these in these little page protectors so they wouldn't get messed up or dirty or anything like that. So in this book, I also have the basics of what you need. I keep this handy all the time. Some people keep this in their kitchen because it's super important for the program. So the first page of it is the lean and green. I know there's a glare. So there's the lean and green information, and it tells you about the different proteins. So with the proteins, there's leanest, leaner, and lean. And depending on which category you choose your protein from depends on how much of that protein that you get. For instance, like in the leanest category are more of your fish and turkey, shellfish, game meat, meatless options. Like, you could have egg whites. There's Greek yogurt in the meatless option. There's cottage cheese. So depending on which of those you choose, you're going to have 7 ounces of cooked portion, and then you're going to add 2 healthy fats, and there's information here about healthy fats as well. In the leaner portion, there's fish as well, but it's like different types of fish, like swordfish, trout, or halibut is in this leaner category. Chicken, ground turkey, pork chops, that type of thing. So in the leanest, you're gonna get 7 ounces. In the leaner, you get 6 ounces with 1 healthy fat. And then in the lean category, you get 5 ounces. And it's some different fishes. It's lean beef, lamb, ground turkey, but it's like a percentage of lean on that. And then chicken or turkey, like dark meat. There's some other meatless options on that too. So depending on what type of protein you have, then that determines if you are getting 7 ounces, 6 ounces, or 5. And so you definitely want to be sure to weigh your meats, and also you want to weigh your vegetables. It's so important, but a lot of times just eyeballing it or measuring it with a measuring cup, you end up cheating yourself. So it's really better if you can weigh it. So I suggest getting like a food scale. There's information about the healthy fats, and it tells you about lower carb greens and moderate carb and higher carb. This is the vegetable conversion chart, and this is about a half a page. 1, 2, 3 and a half pages of vegetables. And it tells you, like, if you're having raw asparagus, you're gonna have a half a cup, or 2.36 ounces is a serving. So, depending on, I would definitely weigh that though. I would not use the cup method. I would definitely weigh that. But if you're gonna have all asparagus, like that's gonna be your green, then you would have 3 servings of that. Now, there is the cooked from frozen variety, cooked from fresh variety, or cooked from canned variety. So there's all those different options, and there's different weights for each one of those. So depending on how you are preparing your vegetable is how you would go by this chart. It's so simple. It's all laid out right for you. But there's tons of different vegetables on here. So there's lots and lots to choose from. Then based on the meat, you're gonna have healthy fats. So you either get you get 0, 1, or 2. So if you choose like ground beef, lean ground beef to have, you don't get any healthy fats with that one because that already has some healthy fat in it. So if you choose like shrimp, for instance, then that is the leanest category and you'll get 2 healthy fats with that. So there's lots of different healthy fat options as well. Salad dressing is included in that. So you can have salad dressing for if you're gonna have a salad, and for your lettuce. And then there's a condiment list. So yes, condiments count too. So like for different sauces and syrups and herbs and such, that is all on here, and it tells you how much equals a condiment. So you have up to 3 condiments you can have a day. You don't have to use them at all, but most of the time you do want to use some condiments because it just kind of helps your food taste a little bit more satisfying to most people. So I like to have a couple of condiments a day. Laughing Cow cheese is one of my favorites. I use that for lunch almost every day, and I'll show you in just a minute what I use that in and what I do with that. There's dairy and cheese that you can have that's on the condiment list. Now the cheeses are in here in the condiments. Baking and cooking ingredients, flavor enhancers, all of that kind of thing, that's all in here as well. So a lot of time, what I do every day, and I have this for every week, is I have this sheet that I have, my coach gave me. And I just print these off and put these in my book every week. So it's my tracker, and it shows you your fuelings, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it's got your lean, and then your 3 greens on here, your healthy fats. It says 0, 1, or 2, if needed, depending on your lean. It's got your condiments. There's also an optional snack if you want that. And then of course your water, and I just usually, I know how much I have to have a day, or that I have, and I check it. And then at the end of the day, then I know that I'm good. So I keep up with that too. Or is what else you get in your first box. These books are super important. These are The Habits of Health and Your Life book. And I know they're kind of thick and kind of, if you don't like to read, you may be like, whoa, I don't know about that. There's just a lot of really good information. It just kind of goes over and helps you understand why you do what you do, and helps you make better decisions by doing that. Just, by just understanding about food and why we make the decisions that we make. And it helps you kind of redirect and kind of refocus on, making better choices. So even if you just read a couple of pages a day out of these, it's going to give you so much insight and so much information. So these come in your first box, and then, you have these to reference back to and get some really good information out of. Now, as far as the fuelings go, let me just show you. So they come in boxes like this. There's 7 fuelings in each box. So this is the Decadent Chocolate Brownie. This is one of the most sought after, fuelings. It's really, really good. And there's so many different ways and so many different things you can do with it. So there is the way that it says on the package, you just put a little bit of water with it. They come with these little dishes that you can mix it up in. You can pop this in the microwave just like this to make your brownie. You can put them, mix it up in here and then put it in something else to put it in the oven. Like I said, there's 7 fuelings 7 packets in here, and then it's got the little package of these in here as well. So this is what the boxes look like. So this is one of the bars. This is the Campfire S'mores Crisp Bar. I really like this one. I really like some of the peanut butter ones. Those are good too. This is a great on the go. Definitely something you can keep in your purse, keep at the office, wherever. Just, you know, if you're gonna be out like shopping or running errands or whatever, and you just don't know that you're gonna make it home for your next fueling, or you're not gonna be able to be where you can get to like a microwave or whatever, this is great to keep with you. These are some of the crunchers. They come in a big box. I didn't bring the box in here, but like this is the honey mustard and onion snacks. I like these a lot. This is the cinnamon sugar sticks. These are really good too. And a lot of times the cinnamon sugar sticks, they are very, very good, but they kind of dry you out a little bit. So they will really make you want to drink water. So that's a one good, if I'm really needing to get some water in, I will have some sugar sticks and these cinnamon sugar sticks, and they will really help me get some water in. But they're both really, really good. Another one I like that's a cruncher is the barbecue crunchers. They're really good. I mean, there's poppers, jalapeno poppers that are really good. I mean, there's just so many. There's several different ones. And then we have these powder fuelings. There's a bunch of these too. So these are two of my absolute favorite. These are soups that we have. This is the homestyle chicken flavored and vegetable noodle soup. And this is the rustic tomato herb penne. And so I love these both. This one is probably my favorite right now. These are the last two I have. And so I am, like I said, my new order goes in next week, and I am gonna be having to find something else to eat for lunch until I get my new box in, because this will be like Monday and Tuesday. But what I do with these is I fix these in the morning. I think it's like 1/3 of a cup of what? Three-fourths of a cup of water, 6 ounces of water. So 6 ounces of water that I put with these, I stir it up real good. And since they both have like pastas in them, there's like a noodle, like a little noodle in this one, and then this is the penne. And this one, I put them in like just a Tupperware container, mix it up real good, and just leave it and let it sit. And then when I get ready to have my lunch, I put it in the microwave for 2.5 minutes, let it do its thing, and then I put a wedge of Laughing Cow cheese in it. It just makes it creamier and amazing. It's one of my favorite fuelings. So even though that is a condiment that I'm adding to it, I account for that to make sure that I'm getting that in. And then another really good one that people like is the chocolate fudge pudding. I make this ahead of time too. And if you make it, like if you're gonna have it for dinner, you can make it in the morning, you can make it in the afternoon, whatever. I like for it to kind of sit in the refrigerator and chill for a couple hours. So at least a couple hours, it makes it fudgier, I think. And so this is a really good one. And then this is my all-time favorite for sure. This is the last fueling I have of the day, almost every day. This is the Velvety Hot Chocolate Drink Mix. It's got about 15 grams of protein, as most of these do have about 15 grams of protein. And it is just wonderful for right before, or for my last fueling of the day. I don't have it right before bed, but I have it, close to bedtime. And this is just wonderful. It just makes me happy all the way around. Gives a nice warm, happy feeling in my tummy, and I am just so satisfied with this hot chocolate. I used to drink this for breakfast, and like my first fueling of the day. And then I kind of got, and you can have as many of these as you want in a day. I mean, you get 5 fuelings, so you can mix and match however you like. But I used to do this for breakfast, but then I've gotten to where I like it really at the end of the day. And so I don't really like to have more than one of the same one in the day. I kind of like to mix it up. And so that kind of gives you, some different options for the day, so you don't get tired of anything. But this is phenomenal. So that is pretty much the gist of it. If you have questions or you want more information and you want to hook up with my coach, I'll be glad to give you some information on that, or however. You can make a comment on this video and I'll reach out to you, or I've put my email address in here too, and so you can definitely just reach out to me by email and we can discuss further. But I hope that's helped some. It kind of gives a little explanation about what I'm doing, and so you kind of know what's going on. So I will be updating you weekly about my Optavia journey and how it's going with my weight loss. So I will let you all go for this time. I hope to see you back again real soon. Thanks, y'all. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.